Hi, my name is Alice, and I'm coming in from Hunter College, New York, to Dallas, Texas, here at EarthX conference. We're going to be talking about how we can empower youth to care more about climate restoration, as well as our friend Emmy here. Hi, Emmy. Could you
Hi.
tell me a bit more about yourself?
Yes, hi. I'm Emmy Scott. I'm 26 years old and I'm the executive director of a 34-year-old nonprofit, 501c3 called
Whoa.
Earth Guardians.
Wow, that's so exciting. How did you come into Earth Guardians?
Yeah, so when I was 17, I was actually a program participant. I got my start with Earth Guardians through our cruise program, and they're the ones who really taught me how to hone the emotions and the feelings that I had about the environmental movement at that time and how to transform them into action. So at the time, I was a teenager learning about all of the harms and risks that we were coming up of in the future, and it was a little dismal to say the least. Right, I was feeling feeling the way that I think a lot of us relate to, that it just was a really heavy. And I was so grateful to have found Earth Guardians who helped me channel that into something productive and really taught me how to be a leader for the climate movement.
Wow, that's amazing. Can you tell me more about your journey here and through youth? How are you exposed to climate restoration? Was it through classes, volunteering, any other organizations that we can know about?
Yeah. Let's see. One of the first organizations I think I ever volunteered for was Keep America Beautiful, and they're actually here at EarthX as well. I believe that they're having some different events, so very serendipitous, and it's somebody that I hope Earth Guardians can partner with one day. But yeah, so Earth Guardians, when I got my start with them, a lot of the work that we were doing, my crew, so each of our crews are resourced and connected to be able to champion the issues that they find most important to their localities. And at the time, I was in Greeley, Colorado, which is a big state for meat packaging and food production. And so I was very, very curious about what my role in helping create a healthy food system was, and that was kind of where my passion lied. And so, yeah, Earth Guardians helped me gain the tools to be able to spread education, but then also get my hands in dirt. And this year, a few years fast forward, but this year at the age of 26, I finally started my backyard garden, and I have my first fruit blooming.
Yay! Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
And
much.
so I understand that Earth Guardians provides funding and you're able to basically create or initiate your own projects from that. So what kind of most impactful or memorable projects have been started because of it?
Yeah. So we serve over 1,000 youth worldwide at the moment, and all of those projects definitely range in terms of, I guess, impact or the size of the impact. So I'll share about some of my favorites, but I liked when I share, I always like to mention that these aren't everybody in Earth Guardians has found their unique role, and everybody has a unique role, right? So like these are our most proud examples, and we believe at every level, regardless of how big or small it is, it's extremely important. And then we have Earth Guardians working at all levels. One of my favorite projects is one of our crews in Sierra Leone in Africa. They led a mass reforestation project and planted over 150,000 mangroves in Sierra Leone. Yeah,
That's
and
amazing.
it was super cool. And not only were they able to reforest that many trees, but then they also led the community in school debates and trainings, as well as training on honey production and they established over 300 beehives in addition to the trees to teach the community about the benefits of regenerative income and welcoming them into like the circular economy, and giving them a chance to contribute beyond just the project tree planting, right? So a lot of times those tree plantings can kind of feel one off, but this project will now have an impact for generations to come as the entire community is trying to learn how to switch to regenerative honey production versus deforestation. And the students themselves were also awarded little tiny solar lamps for
Aw.
their participation. And so they got to go home with that solar and have something that was tangible to say, I contributed to the climate movement, and now I belong to this movement and can continue to contribute.
Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I imagine these kind of large scale projects can be so inspiring for those who are already interested in their path to further solidify this aspect of climate restoration in their career. What would you say to the students that have doubt from the news about like federal cuts in green energy research or overall like nonprofit organizations that are trying to benefit nature conservation? What can we say to students who want nothing to do with it or who are afraid to even touch climate restoration?
Gosh, that's such a great question. Thank you for asking that. I would say first, valid. Right? Like, let's not try to like skip over or honey, sugarcoat the reality that we live in. I think that fear, that concern is extremely valid and something I even deal with myself. And oftentimes when I'm in those heavy spaces, I remember the community that I'm connected to. I remember my why, which is, way beyond me. A lot of it has to do with the community. That keeps me really grounded in the work, that it's bigger than myself. So even if I am scared, sometimes we have to overcome those fears and go forward. And I think I want to leave grace for those students. That is very valid what we're feeling. And there's a lot of solutions and a lot of people out there who are actively doing the work. We are making tons of progress, especially compared, like, if you really truly study history, it's like we've made a lot of
Oh
progress,
yeah.
right? So it's like those kinds of things. I want young people, us, to remember that we've come a long way. We have a long way to go, and the only way we're going to get there is with everybody doing their part. And everybody doing their part looks different for each individual in each different stage of your life, right? Like right now, it looks like the work that you're doing, and maybe in 10 years it will look different. And so being able to be resilient with change and in the face of heavy emotions, being able to learn how to transform those emotions, something that I learned through Earth Guardians. And I know that there's so many other incredible young orgs like your guys's that are doing that. So yeah, I would just say just to stay involved, know that you're completely valid. We're valid in the way that we feel, and these feelings are what aren't to be ignored, but to be listened to, because those are what is telling us like where to make the movement. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you for that optimistic ending message.
Thank
And I
you.
think that'll wrap up our interview for today.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you, Emmy.
Yeah.